I never thought my life would change with a simple message, but here I am, staring at the screen in disbelief. My name is Evan Stone, and I'm 33 years old. I'm an attorney working at a small, barely known firm in Los Angeles. I'm the youngest of 3 siblings. My brother Lucas, the golden child, always had it all: charm, success, and the admiration of our father. Catherine, my sister, had her career locked down, and she never let me forget it. But then there's me, quiet, reserved, and a little too passive for my own good. I never made waves. Never got noticed. At family gatherings, I'm the invisible one, the one they forget to include in the conversation. They talk about their lives, about Lucas' promotions, Catherine's perfect family, while I sit there, unsure if I even belong. But I've always been good at keeping my feelings to myself. I don't rock the boat. That's just how it's always been. But today is different. I'm sitting at a traffic light on Broadway Avenue, my fingers itching with anticipation. It's a Wednesday, late afternoon, the sun casting long shadows across the street. My phone buzzes. The message reads, "Meet me at the restaurant, come alone, don't tell your family, read the message now." Who sends a message like that? The number is unlisted. I check it again, almost expecting the phone to explode. But it doesn't. The light turns green, and I'm moving again, my heart thudding harder with every beat. I can't shake the feeling that something is terribly wrong. I've never been one to follow orders, but the urgency in that text is undeniable. I glance at the rearview mirror, half expecting to see someone tailing me. But the streets are empty, silent, almost too silent. A strange, unexplainable impulse drives me to Butchery, the upscale restaurant where my family often gathers, though never with me as the focus. I drive, my hands gripping the wheel tight, my knuckles white. The restaurant's neon sign flickers in the distance, its bright glow mocking my unease. I park in the far corner of the lot, the only car there. Walking toward the door, I feel the weight of every eye on me, though the lot is empty. My footsteps echo too loudly in the quiet. Inside, I'm greeted by Simon, the same waiter who served us countless times. He doesn't smile. There's a strange intensity in his eyes as he motions for me to follow him to a private room in the back. "Mr. Stone," he says in a low voice. "The message, did you read it?" I nod, my throat tight. I did. He shuts the door behind us, his movements fluid, deliberate. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out an envelope. The wax seal is cracked, the contents already disturbed. "You need to read this," Simon says, his voice barely above a whisper. "But understand this, whoever sent this knows everything. They're watching you, Evan. And your family. They're involved. You're not safe here anymore." I take the envelope, my pulse racing. As I pull out the folded paper, the words stare back at me, "You're the next target. Your family is not who you think they are." I freeze. The room spins. The walls feel like they're closing in. "Come alone. Don't trust anyone," Simon repeats, his voice tense. My mind races. What is going on? Why is my family being mentioned? And why me? Just then, the door creaks open, and Lucas steps into the room, his familiar, smug smile spreading across his face. He's always been the center of attention, always the one who made everything look easy. But there's something different about him now. Something colder. "Dad wants to see you," he says, his voice smooth, as if he knows more than he's letting on. I don't respond right away. My heart is hammering in my chest, and every instinct tells me to get out of here, to run. But I stay still. The truth is, I don't know who to trust anymore. Lucas eyes me with a knowing look. "Everything's fine, Evan. You just don't know it yet. But you will." I swallow hard, the weight of his words sinking in. As I walk out of the room with Lucas, I glance at Simon, who's watching us with an unreadable expression. I don't know if he's friend or foe, but he seems to know something I don't. I step outside into the cool air, but a sense of unease lingers, heavy in my chest. What have I walked into? You think you know your family, I mutter to myself, the words tasting bitter. But sometimes, the ones closest to you are the ones who will destroy you. I don't know it yet, but everything I thought I knew about my family, my life, is about to change forever. The restaurant lights hum overhead as I sit across from Lucas at our usual table. His smile is just the same, too polished, too rehearsed. But today, I can't shake the feeling that everything about him is a lie. A carefully crafted mask. I watch him stir his wine, pretending nothing is out of the ordinary, while I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of uncertainty. My fingers tap nervously on the edge of the glass, my thoughts racing. Dad asked about you, Lucas says, his voice smooth, as if nothing has changed. But I know better. We both know something's wrong. I force a smile. What did he say? He's worried, Lucas says, leaning back in his chair, almost too casually. About the firm. You haven't been around much lately. Are you in trouble? He looks at me like he's genuinely concerned, but his eyes are calculating. He's testing me. I can see it in the way his lips curl at the edges. I'm fine, I reply, but it feels like a lie, the words hanging in the air between us like smoke. He picks up his glass, his hand steady. You know, Evan, sometimes you have to understand your place. I've worked hard to get where I am. You've always been the quiet one, always in the background. But you've got potential. I think we could help each other. All you have to do is trust me. The words hit harder than I expect. It's not the first time Lucas has tried to pull me into his web, but something about today feels different. I've been questioning everything, and now this, his offer, his tone, feels like a baited trap. I want to lash out, ask him what he's really up to, but instead, I just nod. I'm a fool to think he's changed. The truth is, he's always been the same, smooth-talking, self-assured, the one everyone turns to. The one who doesn't need to prove himself because he already has their trust. I'm just Evan, the invisible one, the one who's always been in the background, watching. The waiter arrives, setting down our food, but my appetite is gone. My mind is elsewhere. I keep glancing at the door, wondering if Simon, the waiter from earlier, is watching from the shadows. It's a paranoid thought, but I can't shake it. As the waiter leaves, Lucas leans forward, his voice dropping to a whisper. You're not as smart as you think, Evan. They'll always find a way to use you. Trust me, you don't want to get tangled in this mess. I freeze. His words are like a sharp knife to my chest. What do you mean? I ask, my voice shaking. Lucas doesn't answer immediately. He simply smiles, a dark glint in his eyes. The tension between us thickens, suffocating. The way he watches me now, it's like he knows something I don't. Something he's not telling me. The night feels wrong. The hum of the restaurant grows louder, and I feel trapped in this conversation, in this family, in this life I didn't choose. A chill runs down my spine. They'll always find a way to use you, Lucas' words echo in my head. I push the thoughts away. I have to focus. Simon's message. The message that said, you're the next target. Your family is not who you think they are. Suddenly, I'm hit with a wave of realization. What if Lucas knows more than he's letting on? What if he's part of the conspiracy I'm trying to unravel? I feel the walls of the restaurant close in around me. I need to get out of here. I need answers, and I need to get to Simon. But just as I rise to leave, Lucas' hand shoots out, gripping my wrist with surprising force. His eyes narrow, the smile vanishing from his face. Where do you think you're going, Evan? He asks, his voice cold now, like a knife slicing through the air. I freeze. There's something in his gaze, something dark and possessive, that makes my heart race. I need some air, I say, trying to pull away from his grip. Not yet, Lucas says, his voice low. He leans in closer, his breath warm against my ear. You're not going anywhere. Not until I tell you what I know. The words hang in the air, thick with meaning. Something's wrong. I don't know if he's trying to warn me, threaten me, or manipulate me. But one thing is clear, this isn't just a conversation anymore. I'm in the middle of something far bigger than I ever imagined. The fear starts to creep in again, the feeling of being watched, the sense that I'm running out of time. I can't trust anyone anymore, not Lucas, not my father, and certainly not Simon. They're all part of the game. You can't hide from the truth forever, Evan, Lucas says, his grip loosening just enough for me to pull my arm free. But I'll let you figure it out. I'll give you a chance to see who's really pulling the strings. I turn to leave, but something stops me. The words come out before I can stop them. What do you mean? Who's pulling the strings? Lucas' eyes darken, his lips curling into something close to a sneer. You'll find out soon enough. It's always been right in front of you. As I walk out of the restaurant, I feel the weight of his words pressing down on me. It's always been right in front of you. What does that even mean? But I don't have time to dwell on it. There's a greater danger lurking in the shadows, and I need to face it before it swallows me whole. The streetlights flicker above me as I step into the night, the world around me suddenly feeling a lot more dangerous. I have no idea what's waiting for me, but I know one thing for sure, I can't trust anyone. I'm standing in front of the office building, my heart racing, trying to shake off the feeling of being watched. It's early morning, and the city is just beginning to wake up, the sun casting long shadows on the concrete. The cold air bites at my skin, but I feel like I'm suffocating. Something's not right. I can feel it in the pit of my stomach, the tension that has been building up since last night, since the moment Lucas told me I wasn't smart enough to understand what's really going on. I glance over my shoulder. There's no one. But I know I'm not alone. I haven't been alone for hours. The message that Simon had handed me keeps replaying in my head, you are not safe. Someone close to you is pulling the strings. I turn and step inside the building, my shoes clicking on the marble floor as I make my way to the elevator. My pulse quickens, but I try to keep calm. I have to confront my father. I have to find out what he knows, what he's hiding. The last time we spoke was over dinner, his voice smooth, controlled, as always, but there was something off. It's been building up for days, a sense that I'm being kept in the dark on purpose. The elevator doors slide open with a soft chime. I step inside, and the doors close behind me with a whoosh. The ride up is silent, too silent. My mind is racing, but my body is frozen, unable to move. The floor indicator ticks up slowly, the seconds stretching. Every floor feels like another level of descent into whatever mess I'm about to find. I've always been good at keeping my emotions in check, but the closer I get to my father's office, the harder it becomes to hold it all together. He's always been the patriarch of the family, the one everyone listens to, the one everyone respects. But there's something darker in him that I've always known, something I've ignored for far too long. The doors open with a soft ding. I step out, my breath catching in my throat. The hallway is quiet, but the air feels thick, like something's about to crack. I make my way to his office door, hesitating only for a moment before I knock. There's no answer. I knock again. Silence. Finally, I turn the handle and push the door open. My father is sitting at his desk, his back to me, staring out the window. The blinds are half drawn, the light spilling in through the cracks. It feels like a scene from a movie, the air heavy with tension, the shadows creeping in like something malevolent. He doesn't turn around. You're late, he says, his voice low, calm, controlled. I swallow hard, stepping further into the room. I need answers, Dad, I say, my voice unsteady. I'm done being kept in the dark. What the hell is going on? My father finally turns in his chair, his eyes cold, calculating. For a moment, I see a flicker of something, guilt, maybe. But it's gone as quickly as it appeared. You've always been too curious for your own good, Evan, he says, his voice almost affectionate, like he's speaking to a child. But curiosity doesn't always lead to the answers you want. I grit my teeth. I want to know about the trust. About the money. About everything. Why was my name on those documents? His gaze hardens, and for a split second, I feel like I've crossed some invisible line. His eyes narrow, a flicker of something darker in them now. You think you're ready for the truth? He asks, almost amused. Stop playing games, I snap. I know about the trust, and I know you've been involved with DeVito. So why the hell am I being kept in the dark? Why am I still the one you never talk to? My father stands up slowly, walking over to the window. He doesn't answer me right away, as if choosing his words carefully. Evan, he begins, his voice quieter now, you've always been a disappointment to me. You've never understood the importance of family. The trust isn't just about money. It's about control. Power. Legacy. He turns to face me, and his eyes are cold, the mask slipping for just a second. And you, son, have always been a liability. The words hit harder than I expect. I feel a surge of anger rising in my chest, but I hold it back. A liability? I repeat, disbelief thick in my voice. You've been keeping me in the dark, and now I'm the liability? What the hell is going on here? You don't understand yet, he says, his voice low, almost like he's talking to himself. It's not just about money. You'll see soon enough. Suddenly, the door behind me bursts open. I turn to see Lucas standing there, his face hard, his eyes filled with something I can't quite place. Dad, Lucas says sharply, it's time. You know we can't delay any longer. My father gives him a curt nod. I know. It's just a matter of time now. The words don't make sense to me, but I can feel the weight of them. Everything I've been fearing, everything I've been suspecting, it's all coming to a head. My family isn't just a family. They're a network of lies, manipulation, and control. What's going on? I ask, my voice cracking. Lucas steps forward, his gaze hardening. You'll find out soon enough, he says, his voice dripping with venom. But trust me, Evan, you don't want to know the truth. Some things are better left buried. I feel the ground shift beneath me, and the words echo in my mind. You don't want to know the truth. But as I look between my father and Lucas, I realize I don't have a choice anymore. I have to know. I turn to leave the office, but the weight of their stares follows me, cold and suffocating. As I step into the hallway, I catch a glimpse of someone standing at the end of the corridor, Simon, the waiter from last night. He's watching me, his face unreadable. My heart skips a beat. What does he know? And more importantly, why is he following me? I don't have time to process it. The world is closing in on me, and I'm running out of time. I can't shake the feeling that I'm being followed. Every step I take, every corner I turn, my skin prickles with the sensation of eyes on me. It's maddening, but the truth is, I don't know who to trust anymore. My family? Lucas? Simon? Everything I thought I knew about my life is slipping through my fingers. The text message haunts me as I stare at my phone. Meet me at the usual spot. Come alone. Don't tell anyone. Usual spot. That could mean only one place, an old cafe in the heart of the city, tucked between two shadowed buildings, a place I've been to 100 times. But why meet there? Why alone? Why the cryptic warning? I don't have time for games. The clock is ticking, and the walls are closing in. I step into the cold evening air, my coat pulled tightly around me. The city streets are eerily quiet, the usual hum of traffic replaced by a chilling stillness. It's as if everyone is hiding, waiting. I can feel the tension building with every passing second. As I walk towards the cafe, my thoughts race. I try to push them away, but they're there, like shadows chasing me. The first twist was Lucas. He's always been the smooth talker, the one everyone trusts. But his offer? It's a trap. He knows something I don't, and I'm running out of time to find out what it is. And Simon. The waiter. He's been watching me, and I can't figure out why. I reach the cafe and pause for a moment. It looks the same, unchanged. The dim lights flicker above the entrance, casting shadows on the cracked sidewalk. But tonight, the place feels different. The air is heavy, charged with something I can't name. I push open the door, the bell above it ringing softly, and step inside. It's nearly empty, only a few patrons scattered at the tables, their faces half hidden in the shadows. The waitress behind the counter gives me a curt nod, but I don't feel like she's really seeing me. It's as if I'm invisible, like no one in this place is real. I scan the room, my eyes landing on a lone figure sitting at the back, hidden in the dim light. Simon. His back is to me, but I know it's him. He's the one who sent the message, the one who's been watching. My heart beats faster. This is it. The moment of truth. I walk towards him, my footsteps echoing in the silent room. As I approach, Simon turns, his expression unreadable. He doesn't smile, doesn't acknowledge me beyond a nod. He just motions for me to sit across from him. The air between us is thick with tension, the silence suffocating. Evan, he says, his voice low, careful. You're here. Good. I sit down, my hands clammy, my pulse pounding in my ears. What's going on, Simon? Why all the secrecy? He leans in closer, his eyes scanning the room briefly before meeting mine. You're in danger, Evan. More than you know. His voice is barely above a whisper, but it feels like a slap across my face. I lean forward, my breath catching. What do you mean? Who's behind this? Simon hesitates, his eyes flickering with uncertainty. It's not who you think. Your family. They've been hiding things from you. Things that go back years. You're not just in danger because of the trust. It's bigger than that. My stomach churns. What are you talking about? He looks around again, his gaze sharp, paranoid. There's a plan, Evan. A plan that involves you. Your father, Lucas. They've been playing a game. But you're not a player. You're the pawn. The words hit me like a punch to the gut. A pawn? I repeat, my voice cracking. What do they want from me? Simon takes a deep breath, his fingers twitching at the edge of the table. They want control. Of everything. Your father's company, the trust, your life. And Lucas. He's not on your side. He's been setting you up this whole time. You've been used, Evan. It's all part of the plan. I feel the room spin. No, you're lying. Lucas would never. Lucas doesn't care about you, Evan. He never has. Simon's voice is cutting, like a knife. He's using you to get what he wants. And your father. He's been pulling the strings for years. You were never meant to know this, but now you have to face the truth. They're coming for you. The air feels thick with danger. My mind is racing, but I can't keep up. My father, Lucas, everything I thought I knew about my life is unraveling in front of me. But Simon isn't done yet. He leans in, his voice a whisper. There's more. Your mother. She's involved too. The world tilts beneath me. My mother? Simon nods, his eyes dark. She's been a part of the plan from the beginning. You're not just a pawn, Evan. You're the key. I don't know how to react. I'm frozen in place, my body stiff with shock. Every part of me wants to scream, to run, but I can't. The weight of his words keeps me grounded, like a 1,000-pound anchor dragging me down. Why are you telling me this? I finally managed to ask. What do you want from me? Simon looks at me with a strange, almost sad expression. I'm not the enemy, Evan. I'm trying to help you. But you're going to have to trust me. There's no one else left. Not even your family. I want to scream, to demand answers, but the words get stuck in my throat. Instead, I look into his eyes, trying to find the truth buried beneath the layers of lies. I can't trust anyone, I whisper. Not anymore. He leans back in his chair, eyes filled with regret. I know. But you have to. There's no other choice. I stand up abruptly, my heart racing. I can't stay here. Not with him. Not with the truth sinking in, heavy and suffocating. I have to go, I say, my voice tight. Simon doesn't stop me. He just watches as I walk out, the door swinging shut behind me. As I step into the cold night, I feel like I'm on the edge of something. A cliff. And I'm about to fall. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to climb back up. The city seems quieter now, or perhaps it's just me. After Simon's words, after everything he said, my head is a jumbled mess of confusion, fear, and disbelief. My family is involved, all of them. And no matter how many times I tell myself it's impossible, the pieces are starting to fit together. But what's worse? I don't know who's lying to me anymore. I don't know who's real. Trust no one, Simon had said, his eyes locked on mine, his voice shaking with the weight of his own warning. But how could I? How could I trust someone who's been lying to me from the beginning? My father? Lucas? Even my mother? Every ounce of my being screams that they are hiding something dark, something far more sinister than I ever could have imagined. And now Simon's revelation, that my own mother might be involved in this twisted game, feels like a knife twisting in my gut. I'm walking down the same streets I've always known, but everything looks different now. Every building, every face, every corner feels like it's watching me. I feel their eyes on me, my own family, my friends, my past, turning into ghosts that won't let me go. The cafe is behind me now, and as I step into the car, the cold leather seat beneath me feels like a prison. I start the engine, the sound of the car's roar almost drowning out the chaotic thoughts in my mind. But there's something I can't shake. A feeling of being watched. Of being followed. I glance in the rearview mirror. No one. But still. I can't help it. My hand trembles on the steering wheel. My heart pounds louder in my chest. The silence inside the car is deafening. Suddenly, the phone in my pocket vibrates, a sharp jolt of panic running through me. I pull over to the side of the road, my hand shaking as I take the phone from my jacket. It's from Lucas. Meet me. Now. I need to tell you something important. My stomach lurches. It's too soon for him to reach out. Something's wrong. I can feel it. The last time I saw him, he was the one who warned me to be careful. He's in on this, whatever this is. I stare at the message for a moment longer, my fingers hovering over the keys. The temptation to call him, to confront him now, is overwhelming. But if Simon was right, if everyone around me is part of this tangled web, I need to think carefully. I need to get to the bottom of this before it's too late. I type back quickly, my fingers stiff. Where? His response is immediate, same place as always. Don't bring anyone. The message is simple, too simple. And there's something in his tone that feels off. Something that doesn't sit right. I should be afraid, but I'm not. Instead, there's a feeling that settles deep within me, like a quiet, burning rage. I've been lied to. Used. For what? I don't know yet. But I'm going to find out. The air around me seems colder as I head toward the meeting spot. A dark alley. The same alley where, years ago, I would meet Lucas when we were younger, long before all this madness began. Back then, everything felt easier. Simpler. But nothing is simple now. Not anymore. As I turn the corner, I see him, Lucas. He's waiting in the shadows, hands tucked into his coat pockets, his eyes scanning the empty street. His posture is stiff, but I can see the way his shoulders tense when he notices me approaching. He's nervous. I stop a few feet away from him, my gaze steady. What's going on, Lucas? He doesn't answer immediately. Instead, he shifts his weight, his eyes darting toward the alley behind me. Then, finally, he speaks. I didn't want it to come to this, he mutters, his voice tight. I never wanted you involved, Evan. But they're coming for you. And if you don't listen, if you don't trust me now, it's going to be too late. I cross my arms, not taking a step closer. Coming for me? Who? What are you talking about? Lucas takes a deep breath, his eyes narrowing. They want to trust, Evan. Your father. He's hiding something. Something big. And they know about it. Your mother. Your family. They've been playing this game with you from the start. I swallow, the words hanging in the air like a heavy weight. What do you mean? What are they after? He looks at me, his face strained. It's about the company, the money, everything. They're using you. They've been setting you up as the fall guy. They think you don't know. But I know. And I'm trying to protect you. I shake my head, disbelief clouding my thoughts. No. This isn't true. It can't be true. Lucas's voice drops lower, his gaze darkening. Evan, your father. He's been hiding things from you for years. Your mother, too. All of it, it's for the money. The power. Everything inside me starts to unravel. My legs feel weak, the ground beneath me spinning. I don't believe you, I choke out, but the words sound hollow. The truth is, deep down, a part of me knows. I can't believe him, but I do. Before I can speak again, Lucas takes a step closer. Evan, you have to leave now. Leave your house. Leave everything. It's not safe. I step back, my heart racing. What do you mean? What's happening? His eyes flash with fear. You've already made yourself a target. They'll come for you soon. You're already too far in. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps echo through the alley behind us. I freeze. Then I hear it, a voice, familiar, too familiar. Evan. Lucas. I spin around. There, standing in the dim light, is someone I never expected to see again. Someone from my past. And with that, everything I thought I knew is shattered. The truth is far worse than I could have imagined. I stand in the darkness, the silence wrapping around me like a heavy cloak. The city hums softly in the distance, but all I can hear is the sound of my own breath, shallow and rapid, echoing in my ears. The truth has unraveled, bit by bit, and now I'm left with nothing but the bitter taste of betrayal. Behind me, the door slams shut. I don't turn. I can feel the weight of eyes on me, but I don't dare to look. I already know what's coming. Everything that's happened, all the lies, all the broken promises, has led to this moment. Simon was right. Everyone was involved. My family. My friends. Even Lucas, the one person I thought I could trust, had been hiding his own secrets. The game was never about money. It was never about power. It was about control. And in the end, I was just a pawn, a tool they used to get what they wanted. But now, standing here, with the truth out in the open, I can finally see the pieces for what they are. Each one, each part of the puzzle, has led me to this very moment. The betrayal doesn't hurt as much anymore. What hurts is the realization that I let it all happen. I let myself become entangled in a web of lies I never saw coming. Trust no one, Simon had said. I should have listened. The problem is, when you trust someone, you don't just give them your heart. You give them your life. And once you hand that over, you can't take it back. The truth had been right in front of me all along, hidden in plain sight. My family didn't care about me. They only cared about their own survival, their own power. And I had been nothing but a tool to keep the wheels of their plans turning. But the most bitter pill was this: Lucas, the one person I thought I could count on, had been playing me all along. He wasn't just involved, he was the one who orchestrated it all. He had known from the start. He had used me. And I had trusted him. I thought of the years we spent together, the secrets we shared, the promises he made. It felt like a cruel joke now, one that I had been too blind to see until it was too late. He had always been the one pulling the strings, and I had never questioned it. And now here I am. Alone. The cold winds whip through the alley, pulling me out of my thoughts. I take a deep breath, steadying myself. There's no time to linger. The pieces of this twisted game have fallen into place, but the final move remains. The truth is ugly, and I've seen it all. But the one thing that keeps me going is the knowledge that I can end it. I can stop them all. But it's going to come at a cost. I start walking, my steps slow but determined. I don't know what comes next, but I know one thing, it ends tonight. Whatever happens, I will make sure that everything comes to light. No more secrets. No more lies. I've been pushed to the edge, and now I see it for what it is, the breaking point. The point where everything changes. The faint sound of footsteps behind me makes my skin crawl, but I don't turn. I already know who it is. You really think you can stop this, don't you? A voice calls from the shadows. It's Lucas. His voice sounds different now, colder, more distant, like a stranger wearing his face. I stop and turn, my gaze meeting his for the first time since everything fell apart. There's nothing left between us now but the wreckage of what we once had. The lies. The manipulation. The betrayal. I'm not trying to stop it, I say, my voice calm, almost detached. I'm ending it. For a moment, neither of us speaks. We just stand there, the distance between us growing wider with each passing second. The weight of everything that's happened presses down on me, but I feel no fear. Just anger. And determination. Lucas steps forward, but I don't back down. You think you can just walk away from this? From us? He says, his voice sharp, cutting through the tension. You don't understand. You never did. I understand more than you think, I reply, my voice steady. You used me, Lucas. You played me like everyone else. But not anymore. A bitter smile spreads across his face. You think you've won? You're just as much a part of this as I am. I shake my head, my fists clenching at my sides. No, Lucas. This was never about me. This was about you. You wanted control. And now you've lost it. The air between us crackles with tension, the silence thick with unspoken words. But there's nothing more to say. I've made my choice. I've seen through the lies, and now I'm ready to face whatever comes next. I walk away from him, not looking back. The sound of his voice fades into the background as I step into the unknown. The streets of the city, the place that once felt like home, are now nothing more than a maze of betrayal and broken dreams. But I'm done running. I've faced the truth. And now, I'm ready to take control. The wind picks up again, blowing hard against my face. But I don't flinch. The journey ahead is mine to make. And I will make it. One step at a time. The last thing I hear before the night consumes me is the echo of a single word. Goodbye.